Hi, I'm Shadow Witch, and welcome to my circle. And welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. I've been getting a lot of really positive feedback. Well, let's get into it. It is Christmas Eve, and I hope you're enjoying your holidays, whether you're celebrating Hanukkah, Yuletide, or Christmas. Happy holidays to all of you. And let's get into it. Today we are making we're making our own special little votives, and I made this recently at for the winter solstice. This has paraffin wax and different little crystals in it, amethyst and a pink tourmaline, lavender, and some of my red holly berries. Both the lavender and my holly berries are from my garden. It has certain essential oils in it that I've added to the wax. It smells really good. And the magical properties that I stirred into the wax are for the winter solstice. And actually, even though everybody tends to get kind of hectic and frantic this time of the year, running around getting last minute gifts and trying to get everything together, it is midwinter. And the natural energy should be rest, relaxation, rejuvenation, getting our strength back for the upcoming year. That's why a lot of people tend to feel really burnt out right now, because this is the time, like the groundhog and the other animals that are deep underground, getting their winter rest and learning to, or getting ready for the upcoming year, and kind of recharging their batteries. And we are just going and going and going and going and going, and till we have nothing left. Well, these little candles are my attempt at hopefully those that burn them will feel a little bit of that energy if they focus on that particular magical goal. Now, these candles that I'm making, and I will show you these over here, and I have my wax, and I'm going to show you, you can make any kind of candles you want, but I'm going to show you the process I use. I use a lovely little ceramic pot here, and I love this hot tray. I've had this hot tray for many, many years. You can get one just like it at any store that sells party kitchen equipment for catering or for parties. And with this, I'll show you one more time. You have a section in the corner here where you can put very, very hot, foods are really hot there. The rest of it is a little bit more moderate temperature. And then right here, here we go. You have a temperature gauge, which allows you, here we go, to adjust the temperature of the entire hot plate from low to high. And it gives you a lot of variability when it comes to melting things like ointments and waxes, soaps. Acts like a double boiler, but I don't really want any flame involved. Should something happen where some wax overflows or something, I want it to be very safe. So let's see, the votives we're making today, I made this one a little earlier. It's green. It has, I always like to put a separate little spell well, I call it, in my larger candles, and it's like a little tiny layer on the top that has the crystals, and it has the herbs, and it has perhaps some different little essential oils in the top. Oh my goodness, this smells so good. There are essential oils through the whole wax structure, but the top has a few little extra special pieces that as you burn the first hour or two, the energy really goes out there and starts to do the spell that you have commissioned it to do. Now, the rest of the work that I have here, I will move this a little bit because it's more important for you to see what I'm doing than me. Taking it when you start, well, let's first start with the material. You can do all of this at home. Now, actually, the hand-dipped type of wax candles, I'll show you some here. I do also make those. I always use paraffin wax. I prefer paraffin, but hand dipping candles, it can take a bit of time and effort, and they are not the easiest thing to do. And it can be very, very time consuming, frustrating. Those are some I'm going to be using in spell work. I won't be selling those because I don't like the way they look. So I do sell the votives because they do come out nicer. I like to use paraffin wax. You can get a 10-pound block delivered right to your home. Chop it up carefully and place it into your pan. Then you can get a little kit of the wax wicks. They're already waxed, and the cord wicking is inside. When I started doing candles years ago, oh my goodness, easily 30 years ago, I started doing candles, if not longer. I would get candle wicking like this. I still use it for my hand-dipped tapers. And this is not, this is just raw wicking. And then you have to dip it in liquid wax, let it harden for a minute or two, and then it actually stiffens, and you can use it in a variety of ways. These already come pre-waxed. And you get them with little stickies. You put them on the bottom. You can order 12 packs of votive molds. You place this in the bottom. And after you place it in the bottom, you center it. And then I like to use a little tablespoon measure. Pour a little bit in the bottom, and then now you have a choice. You can either just let it harden and come back later and just move the wick to where it's centered and then continue pouring, or you can pour a little bit more in it, and then a lot of the kits will come with these little tongue depressors, I call them, for those of you that remember tongue depressors, and they have a little hole in them. And however it makes it easiest for you is what's important. But as you can see, all right, I'll come back here with you. After I just poured this, I think like when I first started the video, and that was 8 minutes ago. It's already hardened enough. It's not hardened enough to actually use by any means, but it's hardened enough to put some of your ingredients in. I'm going to put some green calcite, just a couple pieces, and then a piece of gold pyrite. That's a nice powerful stone. A little bit of the basil. Now, basil is dried, so it's very flammable, so you need to be very, very careful to cover it completely with wax so it won't torch on you. And right now, since I'm going to be topping off the candles, okay, so this is like my second batch of wax, I'm putting in a little bit of an orange oil. Oh, that smells so good. Oh, it smells so good. I love essential oils. All right, and so let me mix that up. If you want to, at this point, you could add another, I would stick with the same color base greens, but you can add a different shade of the same green if you'd like to. This is a grass green. I'd started with a little bit of that's an aqua green. Not actually, there's not very much blue in there, but there's almost like a sea green is what I would call it. Maybe that's what they're talking about, aqua green. I use the old-fashioned artist colors, Nowadays we're more modern. Now I'm going to top off, and I will do this so you can see. Okay, I'm going to top off. I am only attempting to cover up basil. I don't really want to cover up all of my stones, but even if I do, and if you were to do so, as soon as you start burning the candle, it's going to, uncover the wax coating on top of the stones, and they're going to start to glitter and shimmer and shine and start to send out their energy. What's important about all of this is the magic. And with the magic, Diasyl, make sure you have a clock that has hands on it, so you know what Diasyl is. That is clockwise. If it's not possible, or you just don't have a clock that has hands on it, Diasyl, or if you want to do this tonight, or you have a really fast delivery, north, turn to the east, turn to the south, turn to the west, turn back again to the north. That is clockwise. Again, facing the north, turn to the east, turn to the south, turn over to the west again, and back to the north, and you have turned clockwise in one circle. And that's how you want to stir. I know what you're watching on the video is probably reversed, so it looks like I'm going Widdershins or counterclockwise, but or use your computer to get a little bit of a correct video there. But it's very important that you move your vibrational energies in the right direction, because we are bringing things in. Those of you that think this is just a religious or spiritual practice, and it's all theology and it's all suggestive, and no, this is a science. This is physics. And the more you learn, the more you realize it's legit physics. It's legit quantum physics. And it actually touches on string theory, and it gets deeper and deeper, but you don't need to waste your time, your energy, all the thought process to, unless you want to, getting into that. Just know it is important which direction you turn. It is important to be aware of the energies that you are pulling the threads on, and exactly how you pull those threads. And we'll get into more of that as we continue with the video series. But right now it is Christmas Eve, and I have some really amazing non-alcoholic sparkling cider, which is so good, and it just feels so special. I always have it in a little bit of a stemmed glass, and I would just like to take a toast with you. Thank you so much for celebrating my my new YouTube channel. This is really exciting for me, and everyone has been really encouraging and very generous in their support. And I know it can be a tough world on the internet, and some people are very critical, but I have been fortunate that everyone has been really sweet and lovely, and has been sharing and subscribing and really encouraging it with their support. So I appreciate your comments. If you'd like to have me lecture or speak about something, do a project on something, by all means give me your comments, and I will definitely put it in the slot. I have a lot of things coming up that we want to talk about, and I look forward to seeing you again. I hope you have the best holidays, and I know I'm going to go home and count my blessings, because that's something I do on a regular basis. And thank you for coming in my circle. Have a great rest of your holiday. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Yuletide, and be safe. Thanks for visiting my circle. I'm Shadow Witch. Bye-bye.